I'm gonna be honest, I'm kind of disappointed. Because Goku didn't hit the gritty in this movie. What's up, guys? It's pretty late at night. But I just watched Dragon Ball Super Superhero. So it's time to give my thoughts. First off, I guess going into this movie, the things they had shown off, the movie looked like it could be good, but it also looked like they could screw it up. But let me tell you, they did not screw it up. I think it was a very good movie. But going into this, it looked like it was gonna be Gohan's movie. And I want to just start off by saying, this was Piccolo's movie, not Gohan's movie, but this was Piccolo's movie. The reason I'm saying that is Piccolo's the main character of this movie. He gets the most screen time, and he's basically the one moving the plot forward, not Gohan. Gohan is barely even featured until they get to the fight with the androids. So, yeah. Going into this movie, it looked like he would have been the main character, but no. He still gets really big moments in this movie, but Piccolo is for sure the main character of this movie. And, you know, I thought that was a good thing. I thought it was good having one of the lesser shown characters, especially recently with Dragon Ball Super, because Piccolo is like not utilized like almost at all in the current Dragon Ball canon. So to have him be the main character in this movie, I thought was really cool. Much deserved love for my boy Piccolo. And Gohan also got more love in this movie because he also has been lacking recently. Now Gohan is another one of my favorites. But that was mainly in the original sagas of Dragon Ball Z leading up to the Cell Saga. After the Cell Saga, everyone can pretty much agree that Gohan kind of dropped off a bit. I wouldn't say he was bad in the Buu Saga, but in Super, I really was not a fan. But both of them, I guess we'll go into the transformations right away. Both of them got new transformations. Both of them had big fights that were really cool to watch. And both of them basically came out on top with new stuff added to their arsenal as compared to Goku and Vegeta getting new stuff again. So that was really cool. Now, going into the villains of this movie, the Red Ribbon Army, we haven't seen them in a while, not since the Cell Saga, so I thought it was interesting to revisit androids again. The Red Ribbon Army has had a long-standing history in the Dragon Ball series, and they are back at it again, and we get an introduction to this new character, Dr. Hito, who happens to be, I think it was Jiro's grandson. That might not be right, but he was related to Dr. Jiro. And basically, he's a genius, and he can make these androids. So he comes up with Gamma 1 and 2, which overall I thought they were pretty okay characters. Leading up to it, I thought they looked very stupid, honestly, and like they were gonna be goofy, which they had some of that to them, but they were pretty cool to watch overall with their different like moves and how they had the sound effects that like the characters could see. And this is because Dr. Hito is a big fan of superheroes, so he designed them to specifically be this way. So yeah, that's interesting. pretty good characters, and it was cool seeing them at the end where they basically become good guys again. And heck, even what I forget which one's which, but I think it was the blue one. That might be two. He died, and they literally have him like fade away at the end. So in the end, he was a hero, which is what he wanted to be. So that was pretty cool. Now Goku and Vegeta are in this movie, but they're off training on Beerus' planet. And Vegeta has been training with Beerus, so I think this is gonna lead into the anime coming back and Vegeta getting his Ultra Ego form, which if you're a big Dragon Ball fan, you obviously know is in the manga. It was cool to see them. They made their little thing, but like I said, this was not their movie, so it was nice seeing them take that seat back and not having them really like featured. Overall, I feel like it was just a breath of fresh air to, have focus on these characters who really need new development, and they got it finally. And then there's also the not really villain, but like the big monster of the movie, Cell Max. He didn't have any personality other than he's mad because he was not complete. Which I thought was interesting to see. I thought originally they'd just have basically make a new form of Perfect Cell, but it's not. It's just a whole new different Cell. And it was cool seeing all the nostalgia and fan service that went along with that, with Gohan fighting Cell again and them calling back to the Cell Saga. That was pretty cool. It almost felt like how they had Resurrection F calling back to the Frieza saga. And so now that we have this one with Cell, that's calling back to the Cell saga. So who knows, maybe they'll do something with Majin Buu and such to have callbacks to the Buu saga. I mean, that would be interesting if it was if they made that and it would be as good as this movie. I'd see it, because even though it's kind of oh, you're just using this old idea you had, this was a good movie, so I'm fine with it. Also, touching upon the fan service, it was huge in this. They had callbacks to the original Dragon Ball at the beginning, talking about the Red Ribbon Army. They had callbacks with Piccolo, when he would fight Goku, and when he was in the Cell Saga and all that. And basically callbacks to him and Gohan and their training and bonding, basically. Because they both get in the new forms, and it's like they've really grown together almost, which is cool to see, because I feel like the dynamic between Piccolo and Gohan is really a special thing. Honestly, their dynamic is one of my favorite dynamics in Dragon Ball. But yeah, they obviously the whole thing with Gohan's new form, I think it's called his Beast form, was obviously supposed to be a callback to when he originally got Super Saiyan 2, and then he does the special beam cannon. That was pretty cool. So yeah, they're obviously the callbacks to the Cell Saga for this movie are obviously huge, and they did them pretty well overall. Now, I kept saying how they have these new forms, but basically, just to clarify it, Piccolo's new form is Orange Piccolo, where he becomes more orange, he becomes more buff, he's bigger, and he's basically just bigger and better now. And I thought that was like the highlight of the new transformations for the movie. I thought that was really cool. And it was just nice to see Piccolo finally have something like really new, because he really has, like, he's never even really had a transformation. He's fused with Kame and Nail, but he's always looked the same. So it was just really cool to see him actually have a new transformation for once. Gohan's was cool. I think it was like visually cool, and I see what they're trying to do with it, but it didn't feel all that special. Like, yeah, it was cool, but it felt like a repeat of Super Saiyan 2 to me, where he just gets mad again, and like all of a sudden he has another power upgrade. Yeah, it looked cool, and he did some damage with it, but it just felt too similar to what happened with him in Super Saiyan 2, so I don't know, it was just kind of there for me, whereas Piccolo's was like, oh, he's finally getting a new transformation, let's go, Piccolo fans, celebrate. I am a big Piccolo fan. So yeah, those were the transformations. I guess to end off, I just want to talk about the animation. The animation, like when this first got revealed, everyone was like, whoa, because this was very different. I mean, they're making it look like more 3D. And honestly, when it was first shown off, I wasn't like the biggest fan. Like, I thought it looked cool, but like Dragon Ball Super Broly, that art style was so like clean, and at first I was kind of hoping that they'd just do something like that instead, but yeah, it was actually really good. Like, it looked really good, it flowed really good. I was like honestly amazed at like just how good it looked, because it did look really good, and overall everything about the animation was really good. Now, do I prefer this to the normal Dragon Ball style? Probably not. And moving on, I mean, I have to imagine too it costs a lot, so I feel like they're only going to do this for the movie. I can't see a whole show where they use this art style, so I feel like they'll go back to like classic Dragon Ball Super art style, but I mean, who knows, from this point onward they could do a mix of both. They could do the new 3D one, even though I feel like that's just a movie thing, but I guess we'll just have to wait and see, which I'm hoping, now that we've had this movie, hopefully we will get Dragon Ball Super Season 2 sooner than later, because we really just, I feel like, even though it was like a good movie and whatnot, I feel like we now really just need a show. We've had 2 movies. It's time to make a return to the Dragon Ball Super series. Well, so as far as rating the movie overall goes, I think I'm gonna have to go with 8 out of 10 smackaroonies. I was thoroughly surprised with how much I enjoyed this movie, because like when they first revealed it, I was like, yeah, this movie kind of looks like it might be stupid, but like I'll go see it anyways because I want to see where the Dragon Ball story goes next. I don't think it was as good as Super Broly. Like, Super Broly blew me away, but this also very much like amazed me with how good it looked, how like the story was flowing, there weren't any like breaks, and I was like, and there was quite a bit of just like dull, more like regular life stuff and dialogue in the beginning, but I was like invested in it. It was interesting to see It was interesting to see them show what daily life for them was kind of like. And also with the Red Ribbon Army, it was really interesting to see the way they see everything going on. These dudes didn't know what was happening with Bulma and Capsule Corp. Instead of being from the main Z Fighters perspective, it was from the villains and seeing what they think is going on. And I just thought that was overall interesting. So yeah, 8 out of 10 Smackaroonies. Good movie. I do recommend it. You should be a Dragon Ball fan if you want to see it. Because I feel like even Super Broly would be better for non-Dragon Ball fans who just want to see it, because this was a lot more story heavy. I feel like the fights were awesome and there were a lot of them, but also it was just those little moments where Piccolo's training Pan, or the moments Piccolo infiltrating a base all by himself. So yeah, this just has me now wondering where they're gonna go next. Everyone basically has a power-up now except Vegeta. Ultra Ego is coming, I hope. And I feel like we should be seeing that very soon now. And I want to know if they're going to do the Moro arc or one of the other arcs that they have in Dragon Ball Super to put in the show. Because it's time for the show to make a comeback. I think everyone can agree we need the show to come back now. And hopefully it will be soon as well. Hopefully we don't have to wait another year, 2 years for that. I just want to see where the main story goes after this, because this almost felt like a side story, a good side story, but it didn't exactly feel like the main story to me. So just a really good side story where Piccolo and Gohan both have these new forms and are powerful. Anyways, with that, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.